Hey guys, so it's been a little bit. This is just the situation. So I just wanted to hop on and do a little weekly vlog update. So I just finished my workout. It's Friday, so our school day is a little wonky. We just kind of catch up on what didn't happen through the week, which is basically everything. No, but I do lots of reading on Fridays just because I don't have to worry about like getting everyone to do a math lesson and a reading lesson. So yeah, there's that, and we have to go clean our basement after. It is a whopping 10 below zero, so that's cool. The sun is so brilliantly bright, and I just want to go outside and lay in the sun, but it's so cold. We'll probably try to get outside just for at least 20 minutes, maybe 15. But yeah, so it's been cold, and that usually happens. It kind of like almost warms up the beginning of January, and like the snow melts. And then we got hit with a storm, and it's just been freezing. So, however, with that note, our chickens are laying again. So that's cool. So I'm getting like 3 eggs a day, even in this bitter cold. And they're like, we get a blue egg, because we got a couple Americanas for that reason, because the kids wanted blue eggs, and we get these little brown ones and these big white ones. So it's just nice, and it's always like a reminder. I was like having a day the other day, right? So it was 3 o'clock, and I realized I hadn't even been outside. Like, it has just been a day with the kids, and I'm like, I always know getting outside solves the problem, right? So I went out by myself, and it was below zero again, or like just barely. And I went out to check for eggs, and sure enough, there were actually 5 eggs, but 2 of them the kids hadn't collected the day before, had like completely frozen and like cracked. So I had to chuck them across the fence. But I just looked at those eggs and I was like, even these chickens are showing up. You know, they sit out like today. They're out in the sun, and they like sit on the little roost outside and like puff up their feathers, and they just like are looking. They're like, yep, this is crappy, but we're just here showing up, getting warm in the sun. I don't know. It was just like, okay, I can do this. So thank you, chickens, for giving me a reminder to keep going when motherhood is hard. So that was cool. Excuse me. I made a protein hot chocolate with my collagen and my creatine. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, while I just shared that actually, is that so hot. Just burnt my tongue. I didn't want to spit it out on camera. So I ran out of creatine like a week and a half ago, and I had bought 2. So they're like a big containers. I'll leave the link, the one I use. It's unflavored. This was forever ago, right? Like a container lasted a long time. But my husband wanted one for work. He like kept taking mine, and I'm like, I'll just get your own. Like, you can bring it to work with you. So I ran out, and I was like, do you have more? Like, where, you know, because he's like, and he lost it. He doesn't know where it is. I'm like, you lost it or someone stole it. But anyway, so I had to order more. And I'm telling you, so then I didn't have my creatine, because I typically take my creatine, my collagen, like with my vitamins, but like I didn't have my creatine, so I just wasn't doing my like little afternoon drink that I make. And so I wasn't taking anything. And let me tell you, I think that is exactly what made last week hard. But so what I wanted to share about the creatine is why I started incorporating that is obviously for the muscle benefits as we age, to help keep our muscle mass, but also there are huge brain cognitive benefits taking creatine, especially for those women that are in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, right? Because it's like that brain fog, right? Because of our hormone fluctuations. And I'm telling you, I had brain fog. Like, I had the brain fog. I couldn't think straight. Like, it was shocking, and I didn't realize that until I just got my creatine like 2 days ago. So I've been making my drinks, and I already instantly feel better. And I'm like, how is that possible? So it probably does take a while to build up in your body, But I just was truly shocked. I'm like, that had to be, because that was really the only thing that's changed other than like the extreme cold. But that was the only thing that changed in my routine, and I have had horrible weeks. But of course, it's like the winter blues. My kids all have it. Having a child with ADHD, guys, like if you are a parent with a child that suffers from ADHD, please pop a heart in the comments. Like, I feel you, and it is exhausting. Because I think I always say this, but I think people just think like, oh, he just doesn't sit still. That's part of it. But I'm just thinking like the way that he bounces around here all the time, like the couch, like why use the floor when you can hop across the couches to get to like the other side of the room? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I lost my train of thought. But so he turned 11. So basically, like, he's like a preteen. Like, I can't believe that. But it's exhausting. And then I recently just read something that like, it's that struggle. Like, they're constantly picking a fight or being like, no, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Not going to bed. Not brushing my teeth. Not doing school. Like, constantly. And it's because like their dopamine, right? Their dopamine's not getting, it's bouncing around too much. It's not going into like their little, whatever those things are in your brain where your dopamine goes inside, right? Can't think of the name. A synapse, is that what it is? So in order to get their brain to fire more, it's like they need that constant movement, right? Because their brain's not getting the dopamine in the right place. So they pick fights because it's like an instant dopamine hit to like have that arguing. And I was like, oh, that was a big aha moment for me. So I just wanted to share that with you. But yeah, I've just got to get more resources. I really am out of resources. Like, we're doing school at 8:00 at night with him, and I just, like, I'm really at my wit's end. And I do have his pediatric appointment next week, actually, for his yearly checkup. So I'm going to be like, please, like, I need another support therapist or something for him, for me, for both of us. Because what happens too is like I get lost in the day, whereas like I have so many kids to manage, and one of my strengths, I mean, my background is special ed, but one of my strengths is like meeting kids where they're at. So like I know part of the reason why I've kept him home this long is because I really can adapt to his needs, but I just get so burnt out because I'm trying to adapt to him, but then I'm trying to deal with the other kids. Like, so I just having that support. Anyhow, okay, there's that tangent. So what else is happening? I've been working on socks. Sock knitting. So this is for my husband. So this is like a shorty sock. So I'm going to do a couple more rounds and then I'll start the heel. It looks big to me, but we'll see. I can, like, once I block it, it probably will work out. So I had a goal of doing socks for this year. So I ended up buying myself a book for Christmas all about socks. But what's cool is like she literally gives you like books for the year, socks for the year. So you just kind of go through, and I'm on chapter 1 and it's giving you this sock. So this is kind of the version I'm making, but with the colors I had. So you do one sock and then there's 25 patterns. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just going to kind of go through because each one, like, look at those. How fun are those? I was very intimidated by socks, but then I made a pair for, oh, look at those. I made a pair for my daughter. Anna, bring me your socks. Can you bring me the socks I made you on your shelf real quick? Oh, look at these. Anyways, personal just goal is to do that. Knitting socks. I just love knitting. So, quick. Thank you. Okay, you need to change out of your jammies. I'm still in their jammies. So this is the pair I made over the holidays. I had started, I think it was this one, literally like last summer. or I guess it was in the fall. So here's sock number 1. This is self-striping yarn, so it's not like I did all those stripes. And here's the other pair. So yeah, I was really intimidated by them, but then it was just a matter of finding the pattern and the right needles. So I got these like flexi pins, so you don't have to use 4, like using 4 or 5 double pointed needles, and I can't do the magic loop, so knitters know what I'm talking about. I found these and like they've just been easy and exciting. So there's that little tidbit. Also, what else? I got this book from the library because someone told me it's really good. It's so dry. I actually got it on Audible, so I've been listening to most of it on Audible, and then I literally looked at the pictures, and I'm like, yep, I'm just going to return it. It is interesting, though, and one interesting fact I read this was, like, 1 in 2 children will develop cancer, which was, like, insane to me. But a lot of it is, like, our glucose problems, and another thing that was eye-opening for me was, so I want to go over this, so eat foods in the right order, so I just wanted to see what that was about. And they just say, so, like, in pairing foods will keep your glucose low. Like an omelet and avocado, look at that. But look at this, having a smoothie, like your glucose goes up. So I have to look at that better. But just interesting. Like I'm not super, I just always love learning new information and like tying in little bits in here. Like what can I get better at in my life? But I'm not like, must do exactly what this book says. You know, just going through it. What else is going on? So also been in the mood of baking lots of bread, baking lots of things, because it's like baking all the things for my children because they have these mouths that just like are bottomless pits. So I kind of made a personal goal, not a goal, but I'm like, I'm just going to like start baking more bread. Like I don't want to buy bread from the store. I will, you know, I'm not like putting it, super strict, but I just want to bake more. So like I experimented with this baguette recipe. They were really good. They didn't look great, but the taste was fine. And yeah, I made BLTs and all the kids enjoyed them. So I want to like delve into like more like hot pockety things, just stuffing them with like hamburger and cheese or like ham and cheese, like pepperoni, just like sandwichy things because they love to eat sandwiches. So I'm just like, I need to honor that and just come up with these different variations of sandwiches because they're easy too. So that's a little goal. If you have any good bread recipes, I do a combination of just yeast, but I also do some sourdough. So I have a sourdough sandwich bread rising right now because I'm going to make it, and we're doing grilled cheese and butternut squash soup for lunch or for supper. Also, food is expensive right now, and I have children that never stop eating. So I've just been honing in on like cabbage is in season, butternut squash is in season, potatoes are cheap enough. Just using and like just making sandwiches. Like we literally had a different type of sandwich for 3 meals this week, 2 meals. This will be 3. And using frozen vegetables. Like, guys, there's no shame in that this time of year. They're cheaper, and honestly, they're better. Like, I just don't think fresh vegetables this time of year are even, like, worth the just gross. So, yeah, there's that. What else was I going to share on that tangent? I don't know. So, the other thing, working out. I'm just going to touch on this because this is pretty much what I share here, like exercise and all of that jazz. It's funny, I feel like I'm like, oh, but let me share this new thing. So almost a year ago, I did a program. I mean, but look at my muscle is still there. It's coming, staying strong. I went back to counting macros and like trying to lift heavier weights. And that I really saw a lot of change from that, especially in my derriere. Let's just say that. My derriere was just not looking just looking nice and plump, but it just was not fitting so well into my pants. So I saw a lot of change from like just doing more squats and things. But then I kept running into the problem where like I was increasing weights a little bit. And you guys, I'm sorry, but like I was getting hemorrhoids bad. And I knew with the work that I've done and the work that I shared that it's all my pressure system, right? Something's not working in my core canister. So I just was like, I don't want to lift those heavy weights anymore because, so I wasn't like able to do a full squat anymore. Like I was really treading lightly because let me tell you, it is not fun having hemorrhoids. It is not fun. Like I just don't ever want to experience one ever again. And it was like 3 or 4 times that I had one in this past year. And I cannot do it again. It's like worse than childbirth. I would go over childbirth more than that. So, and I think it's hard because we're so slammed right now. Whereas like, if you are in this late stage of life, like late 30s, early 40s, you need to be lifting heavy and doing the things. And I'm like, okay, like I understand muscle, that we need to keep it, but like, I don't enjoy doing that anymore. So what can I do? I love yoga. I love Pilates. I do enjoy weightlifting to a point. Anyway, so I'm still just really focusing on my core, my breathing, which is essential for everybody. But there's this trainer, her name is Elise Joan, and I've known her, like she used to be on like the Beachbody app or whatever, which is what, Body now. And I've done several of her programs and I always enjoyed them, but they were almost like, again, a little too intense, you know, where it was like some of them was like you'd go up and it's like 40 minutes a day. And it's like, I don't have 40 minutes a day. Like I love to do like 20, 25 minutes max, like 3 or 4 times a week on my strength training. And the rest of the time I'm just like walking, or I'll do like a nice yoga, whatever is floating my boat. So she came out with this new app. So she still has programs on the Body app, and I have one. Like you can purchase it and keep it. It was like $60 on the Body app. So I have that one. It's called Lava, which I did like 2 years ago, I think now. Anyways, before I started counting my macros, like I did this program in the hopes of like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but I think a lot of it was my nutrition, and that's changed. Anyways, so I tried some of her. So this is I'm ending my 4th week of doing her new app, literally 20 minutes a week. And you guys, I have seen like, and I'm not counting my macros. I'm just making sure to eat. This video is getting so long. I'm making sure to eat like plate it, which is what I shared in my book. Making sure you have a 30 to 40 grams of your protein, having some starches, having veggies and healthy fats. Like I've increased my healthy fats, and I feel better than ever too. So I just think that's really big. And I'm really enjoying these workouts because it's a combination of like Pilates, yoga, and strength, but not heavy weights, and it's low impact. And not once have I had issues with like my derriere. It's feeling good. Like I definitely am feeling so much stronger. And guys, they're 20 minutes, and she has a couple things like you can add on. Like today I had more time, so I did a 10-minute extra like upper body. Let me tell you. But my back is feeling stronger than when I was lifting the heavy weights. Like I just feel like my posture has gotten better. Obviously not in this video, but yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. I will share that link with you if you want to check it out. But it's just so good. So also, I'm wrapping up here. So with that being said, these are the things I think you should focus on for coming into this year, okay? 1, figure out how to breathe. If you don't know how to breathe yet, please figure that out. And I have so many resources. I have a journal. I have my books. I have videos on YouTube. Grab my pelvic floor and core playbook. That's on Etsy right now, but you guys, I'm in the process of getting that onto Amazon. So it's going to be like one of my little journals. Just do it, or grab my book, and that walks you through all of that process. You got to do it. And then from there, work on your pelvic floor and core, which you can't do until you know how to breathe right. So then I'm going to say, grab my postpartum journal, I don't care where you are in your postpartum journey. This is going to help you because I have little strength moves to get you to build that, slowly build that breath with some strength so you can go and pick whatever you want to do, or you just keep doing those. But I have a whole process of phase 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3 for your core and pelvic floor, and then I have some strength. So do that, and then focus on your supplements and your protein, making sure you plate your food, which again is in my book. So highly recommend that. And then as far as supplements, like I said, make sure you're taking a multivitamin. And you guys, I was so like that person that was like, I'm not spending money on supplements, but it's literally been a game changer, and you have to be consistent in taking them. Like I said, I've been very consistent until a random like run out of my creatine. But it makes a world of difference. And it's literally like you're giving your body like that safe space to be like, okay, I have all the nutrients like I need, so now I can do what I need to do. And you'll never get what you need out of like a whole foods diet alone today, because our soils are stripped, the pesticide use, like it's all just very, not what it used to be. So just take your supplements, take a multivitamin. If you're a female, take omegas. You need that for your brain to reduce your Alzheimer's risk, omega-3s. Take creatine. Collagen is like a here or there. I would recommend it, but it's not essential. I'd say the multivitamin, the omega-3, and the creatine are non-negotiable. You know my love for needed supplements, and actually, this is for new customers only. This is, use the code, I will put the link below, but use the code EARLYLOVE for new customers only, literally 30% off. So treat yourself for Valentine's Day, moms, and get yourself some supplements. The creatine I get is from Amazon, which I'll leave that link also below. But there you have it, folks. This is rambled on. I hope you enjoyed the talk with Caitlin. Cheers. Look at that. See, the creatine is mixed in there. I got you. I'm here in the deep with you. Cheers.